Hello, today I will be trying Nongshim Soo air-dried beef flavor with seaweed noodles. Now, if you look at the picture, honestly to me this doesn't look very good, but I'm hoping that it is good. I've been wanting to try these for a while. They've been sitting in my room for months pretty much, and I'd see them every day, so I was like, I want to know what these taste like. The dark green color of the packaging leads me to believe that the seaweed flavor is going to be very prominent, and I do hope that it is. If you look at the packaging, they kind of say excellent premium, so I feel like they're really hyping themselves up, and I'm hoping that they come through and they're not just bragging to be bragging. I hope they can really back it up. So let's see what we have inside. Inside we have our air-dried noodles. They have, you probably can't see it, they have a greenish texture to them. They smell like seaweed, so I guess this is where all the seaweed flavor is going to be coming from. You can see actual like seaweed specks in the noodles. I'm not sure if it's going to focus, but I can guarantee you that they are there. Alright. In addition to that, we have our soup base. They're keeping with the green theme here, kind of like this shade of green. We have flakes. I guess this is just the seaweed flakes. And we have sesame oil. Let's see if there's anything else. But that's all we have. So, I guess I'm gonna add the ingredients now and just show you what it looks like really quickly. Okay, so this is what the noodles kind of look like. I haven't actually put the noodle stack in there yet. On the very bottom, you have the flakes, then on top of that, the soup base, and then finally the sesame oil. So maybe now you'll get a better view of what the noodles look like. You can see it's also, there's a car driving by. I don't know if you can hear them, but dang, they're loud. Anyway, if you look, you can see the little specks in the noodles. So I'm gonna cook it up and I'm going to let you know. Alright, I got the noodles cooked up, and I know I said they look gross, and they still do kind of look gross, but as I was waiting for it to cook, my excitement was just building and building. It's starting to look a little better to me, but I think I'm also just really hungry. As I was cooking it, I noticed it smells delicious. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, I finished the noodles, and I think this one was very interesting. I must say right off the bat though, it smells better than it tastes. That does not mean that it tasted bad. Let's start with the broth, okay? The broth, at first, I wasn't really drawn in, but that's also because the noodles were kind of in the way. At first it tasted kind of just watery to me, or something. I was hoping for a stronger flavor, but it didn't really come through until the end. After I finished the noodles, I was able to taste the broth by itself, and the beef flavor really translates, but not in a salty way as you'd expect with something like Marachon. You taste the beefiness, and then the broth kind of has a thick quality to it, almost creamy, but not the same. But it comes across well. Overall, the broth is very light. You're eating it and it's not overwhelming in any sense of the word. Now the noodles, these are air-dried noodles. I've never had that before, and I must say that they're kind of thick. They reminded me almost of udon noodles, but not that thick. The texture is kind of like squishy. It doesn't have a lot of like bite to it, if that makes sense. But it was not bad. It's just different. Like if you like thicker noodles, this is definitely something that I recommend trying. And the noodles themselves, the seaweed, I wouldn't say comes across through the noodles, I mean, it kind of does a little bit, but I feel like you really get the seaweed from the actual seaweed flakes that are in there, which turned out to be really big. I didn't expect that. You know, the seaweed thing is pretty much the entirety of the dish. So I would say this is really a unique character in ramen noodles that I've had, honestly. If you're into seaweed or you want to try something like you've never had seaweed before, I think this is definitely the thing for you, definitely the thing to try. Just because the amount of seaweed in there is exhilarating. If you do want to try this, this is the Nongshim Soo air-dried noodles. I'm not really sure where I got these. I think I got them at an international market. If you are able to find them and you make them and you eat them, please let me know what you think in the comments. I really want to hear what you guys think about these. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.